The final Monday of the 2026 American Legion Baseball regular season brings us right back to Bay Oregon Field in Kaukauna, Wisconsin. An estimated population of 18,814 in Kaukauna scatter across the city, and beyond the center field trees flows the beautiful Fox River. But here the sun beams down on the pros' choice with a first pitch temperature set for 89 degrees. Two teams not only looking to beat the conditions, but their opponents as well to begin the week. It's Green Bay Southwest Legion and the Kaukauna Angels. We welcome you from the booth here at Bay Oregon Field. My name is Miles Detroy, and I'm pleased to be joined by our public address announcer and scoreboard operator, Jeremy Hendricks, as we get closer to first pitch time. Like I said, with a temperature of 89 degrees set here in Kaukauna, Wisconsin. It's been hot all day. We hope the temperature continues to drop as the sun sets here from Kaukauna, Wisconsin, but so glad he could join us here on Zaleski Sports. Let's get into the teams for today. First, for Green Bay Southwest, they come in 5-7 overall and have a tough last week in front of them. And similar opponents, the only similar opponent to the Kaukauna Angels was Kimberly, who they beat Friday, June 26th, 2-4. And if you saw last week, Thursday, Kaukauna beat Kimberly 9-3 back here at Bay Oregon Field. And the remaining schedule looks like for the Southwest Legion team, they have Kaukauna tonight, then they travel to Neenah tomorrow night with a 5:30 start time and travel to Manitowoc on Thursday. And that is their final 3 games as we are already down to the last games of the regular season. So for this Green Bay Southwest team as a high school, they're mostly combined as a roster. They are Notre Dame Academy players with the occasional, you have a Green Bay Preble in there. You have a DePere of possibly Nick Fisher. So kind of around the Green Bay area, but mostly made up of Notre Dame Academy athletes who you're going to see on the Southwest Legion team today. And as they look to knock off the Kaukauna Angels, who stand 7-4 overall in the summer season. Like I said, picked up a 9-3 win last week Thursday against the Kimberly Cougars. Again, with that last inning surge like they had against the Appleton Double Days before that game. So we'll see if same patterns happen here for the Angels tonight, but looking for win number 8. And for the Angels, as I mentioned, how the Southwest finishes their season, the Angels finish their season this week. Next week, Thursday, will be my final regular season game on Zaleski Sports. They'll take on a rematch of the New London Clippers, who they fell to 9-0 that Wednesday before the 4th of July weekend, not too long ago, surprisingly. And then they will finish the season on Friday at Manitowoc for their final American Legion regular season game before regionals are upon us next week. So the final regular season week this week, and I believe we're just about set for National Anthem here from our PA announcer, Jeremy Hendricks, but what should be a great game. Obviously, the heat's going to be a big factor in this one. We're going to have to keep an eye out, but both Southwest and Kaukauna looking to beat the conditions and get a big win here to start the week. Let's send it down to public address announcer Jeremy Hendricks for the National Anthem. We want to thank our amazing game day sponsors. Thank you for your endless support on Zaleski Sports, Travel Leaders Discovery, Amplitel Technologies, Bear Performance Marketing, and Pagoni's Pizza. Thank you for supporting American Legion Baseball, Zaleski Sports, and the Kaukauna Angels. We're getting set here for American Legion Baseball to start the final week of the regular season here from Bay Oregon Field in Kaukauna, Wisconsin. As we're getting set for the top of the first, let's introduce the starting lineups. First, for the Green Bay Southwest Legion offense. Down the list, number 77, Austin Conacher. Number 4, Jack Herman. Number 21, Miles Hunter. Number 34, Kyan Redling. Number 16, Daniel Leo. Number 39, Drew Magnuson. Number 63, Nick Fisher. Number 15, Max DeRuin. Number 2, Joshua Afshar. The starting 9 on the offense for Southwest. In the field from left to right, backing up firstly, Mason Hildebrandt. I believe the first time I'm going to see Mason Hildebrandt on the mound covering the Angels this summer. He will get the start on the rubber here against Green Bay Southwest. Backing him up in the field from left to right in the outfield, it's Ashton Judas, McCoy Luno in center, and Noah Ziemba. In the infield, from left to right, third base, Carson Gates, shortstop, Maxwell Hippis, second base, Jack Hawk, first base, Calvin Mums, and behind the dish, the honorable mention, FVA All-Conference, Dylan Lotzer. As we are set here for American Legion Baseball. Started here for Southwest, like I said, Austin Conacher. First pitch from Mason Hildebrandt, and we are underway and wasting no time. It sends it right back to Hildebrandt, who flips it to Calvin Mums. First pitch, 1 out here in the top of the first, and it's 1-3 for the game's first out. So quickly wasting no time, Conacher sends one right back to the pitcher, Hildebrandt, for the first out. And now it's Jack Herman, right fielder for Southwest today. And his second pitch for Hildebrandt is a curveball that misses for ball 1. One on the pitch from Mason. Well outside for ball number 2. So the first at bat, Mason gets past 2 pitches of Jack Herman here. First pitch, Austin Conacher wasting no time to start the game. And a curveball, that one caught the zone for strike number 1. And the first strike of the contest here tonight. 2 on the count to Jack Herman. Here's the pitch. This one's sent foul. Right by the Kaukauna bullpen, or dugout, excuse me, on the right side here. Here's the 2-2 from Hildebrandt. This one sent way high in the infield. Mason Hildebrandt trying to find it in his sights, and he makes the play and makes both of the plays here to start the game for the first out and now the second out on Jack Herman. So 6 pitches, 2 outs here to start the game, and it's all been because of Mason Hildebrandt on the mound. And now we'll step in the catcher, Miles Hunter. First pitch from Hildebrandt. Curveball. Caught the inside for strike 1. Second pitch. Another curveball inside, but that one didn't hit the frame. So it's ball 1. Even count of 1-1 to Hunter. And then a curveball well in front of it was Miles Hunter for strike 2. And the Angels are a strike away from a 3-up, 3-down inning to start the ball game. Here's the pitch from Hildebrandt. This one outside, but can't catch it for ball 2. 2-2 pitch. Same spot, same result. And now it's a full count and the first one of the game. Miles Hunter looking to keep the inning, keep Southwest on the bag. Pitch on the way. Another high pop up. This one the catcher, Dylan Lotz, are going to roam under. And cannot make the play. Just took a bad hop on him and couldn't get there in time. So Miles Hunter will walk back to the box. So full count here with 2 outs. Another pitch from Mason Hildebrand. On the way. And got him. Swinging strike number 3. And for the final out here in the top of the first, 3 up, 3 down inning, and Mason Hildebrand does it all himself on the mound. A ground out, a pop out, and a strikeout to start his debut. We'll send it to the bottom of the first. Scoreless, 0-0. You are listening to and watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports, powered by Amplitel Technologies.
Welcome to the competition where only the best healthcare plans rise to the top. Megasure.
Presenting Paperwork Pound Cake. A half-baked plan with flaky service sprinkled on top.
Ooh. Next up, Security Health Plan.
I call this one the Sweet Security. It has high-quality coverage folded in, and it's frosted with award-winning local service that's sweet but never sugar-coated.
That's a slice of better.
Chef Security, congratulations. Truly the recipe for better.
After a 3 up, 3 down inning in the previous inning, let's meet the starting lineups for the bottom of the first. First for the starting 9 on the offense for the Kaukauna Angels. Down the list, number 1, McCoy Luno. Number 2, Mason Hildebrand. Number 3, Dylan Lotzer. Number 17, Carson Gates. Number 19, Noah Ziemba. Number 15, Calvin Mums. Number 5, Jack Hawk. Number 10, Maxwell Hippis. And number 36, Ashton Judas. A few in the lineup that we didn't see last week Thursday, and that's what's so great about this Angels team is they have so many members that you can mix into the lineup with all sorts of different people. And so a different lineup we see here on a Monday night. And on the mound for the Southwest Legion team, it's Drew Magnuson, second-team pitcher all-conference in the Fox River Classic from Notre Dame Academy, the senior, and will be a freshman next year in college. A 2.12 ERA, 29.2 innings pitched in his in his Legion year. And backing him up left to right in the outfield, it's Joshua Afshar, Daniel Leo in center, Jack Herman in right, and in the infield, third base, Nick Fisher, shortstop, Max DeRuin, second baseman, Austin Conacher, first baseman, Cayenne Redling, and behind the dish is Miles Hunter. So the starting lineups there for the bottom of the first. Again, before we get into the action more, we want to thank our game day sponsors, Travel Leaders Discovery, Amplitel Technologies, Bear Performance Marketing, and Pagoni's Pizza. Thank you for your support for Zaleski Sports and American Legion Baseball. Like I said, already down to the final week, and summer has gone by quick. And tonight we got a bit of a hot one here. And I said the first pitch temperature was 89 degrees, and it'll only get cooler as we move along into the night. So McCoy Luno will start it for the Angels here in the bottom of the first with Drew Magnuson on the mound. And here's his first pitch, and already showing bunt. Pulling back is Luno, but it's in there for the inning's first strike. Again, Magnuson, that second-team pitcher in the Fox River Classic for Notre Dame Academy, Green Bay. 0-1 the pitch. This one's sent to the shortstop, DeRuin. Misbobbled and is not going to get the throw in time. And in there, it's going to go down as an E6 to open the game. McCoy Luno is aboard first base after the bobble from the shortstop, DeRuin. And quickly the Angels have one aboard. And that was exactly what Luno did in the last game and just got aboard right up to start the innings and was truly the biggest contributor in the Angels' win against the Cougars last week Thursday. So now it's Mason Hildebrand with McCoy Luno aboard first base as he looks at a first pitch strike. Drew Magnuson tries to recover after the shortstop from DeRuin. And now with McCoy Luno aboard first base. Luno thought about going, but instead will scurry back. This one fouled, out of play for strike 2. Looked for a second. Luno was going to put on the wheels, but hustled back to first base, and it's an 0-2 count now on Mason Hildebrand. Pitcher v. pitcher as we get going here in the bottom of the first. 0-2. This one inside, right by the hands of Mason Hildebrand for ball 1. 1-2. No outs in the inning. Magnuson sets. And Luno goes, and they're going to get him in a pickle, and Luno now going to chase in between the second baseman, Conacher, and able to apply the tag. Did they get it? I believe they did. I didn't see a signal. And yes, Luno's going to jog back to the dugout and caught up in the pickle, caught stealing to start the bottom of the first. And now nobody on here for the Angels. It's a good heads-up play from Magnuson. Maybe even saw Luno trying to take off on that first pitch to Hildebrand, or second pitch. So now nobody aboard for Kaukauna. Curveball in there for strike three, and a strikeout there on Mason Hildebrand for the inning's second out. First backwards K of the evening sends Mason Hildebrand back to the dugout. And now 2 outs in the inning. Nobody on for Angels after Luno was caught stealing. We'll bring in the honorable mention catcher, Dylan Lotzer. First pitch outside, but missed for ball one. Second pitch, and hit the left shoulder, and trying to wear that one off was Dylan Lotzer. And he is aboard in first base now with the hit by pitch. So the Angels get one more back on. Luno was the other base runner Kaukauna had, and on to courtesy run for him will be, let's see, number 21, Nathan Hansen. So Nathan Hansen aboard for Dylan Lotzer at first base. And that'll be the cleanup hitter, Carson Gates, lengthy third baseman. The senior 2026 graduate from Kaukauna High School. And Gates with a .429 batting average on the summer season. Looks to do something here with one on as he looks at an inside ball one. Still scoreless here in the bottom of the first. Angels have been able to get 2 base runners on, but nothing going. Second pitch to Gates, another one inside for ball 2. So Luno got aboard the air to start the bottom of the first, but was caught stealing, and Lotzer now aboard off the hit by pitch. As Magnuson checks on Lotzer, but he's in standing. Meanwhile, a 2-0 count on Carson Gates after back-to-back inside pitches. Magnuson, here's the delivery. This one chopped at in there for a swinging strike number 1. 2-1 now. So miss for ball 3. Again, if you are tuning in and want to, if you can hear me back from home wherever you're listening, feel free to comment on the YouTube. This one's swinging strike number 2. Good response from Magnuson after starting the at-bat 2-0. And now he's a strike away from ending the inning. Full count on Carson Gates. Here's the pitch. This one in there for strike number 3. 2 looking strikeouts here in the bottom of the first, and this one to end the inning on Carson Gates. And when we begin the top of the second, we will see Cayenne Redling for Green Bay Southwest, but still scoreless as we are through one complete on Zaleski Sports. You're listening to and watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports, powered by Bear Performance Marketing.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. Offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
Cobuson Bus is hiring. It's drivers that they need. Cobuson Bus is hiring. It's the perfect job for me.
Cobuson Buses would like to thank all of our school bus drivers throughout the state of Wisconsin for their safe driving. If you would like to make a difference in your community with a fun and rewarding part-time job, apply at cobuson.com.
Cobuson Bus is hiring. It's the perfect job for me.
quickly get you back into the action here. Leading off the top of the second for Southwest, it'll be number 34, Cayenne Redling. First baseman for the Southwest Legion team. First pitch from Hildebrand. Out and away for ball number 1, and we are underway here in the top of the second. Glad you could join us here from Bay Oregon Field in Kaukauna, Wisconsin. I'm Miles Detroy. As a curveball from Hildebrand. Nice one in there for strike 1. And the first strike of the second inning. 1-1 on the way. This one right down the middle for strike 2. Hildebrand looking for a fast start to the inning, looking to put Cayenne Redling away. 1-2. This one chopped at and reached for by Redling, fielded by the second baseman Hawk, sent to Mums for the inning's first out. So good start for the Angels defense. 4-3 for the first out. Second ground out for the Angels defense. And it's the first out here in the second. Now we'll bring in Daniel Leo for Green Bay Southwest. Center fielder. That's the first pitch from Hildebrand in there for strike number 1. A 1 from Hildebrand. Curveball well outside and away for ball number 1. Evens up at a 1-1 count for Daniel Leo, number 16, the center fielder for Southwest. There's one in there for strike 2. Good frame. Stealing a strike was the honorable mention all-conference Dylan Lotzer behind the plate. Looking to put him away. 1-2 from Hildebrand. Curveball just upstairs for ball 2. I believe both pitchers, Hildebrand and Magnuson, been using it a lot. 2-2 from Mason. This one low and away for ball 3. First full count of the top of the second. It's a good battle here for the second batter in the second of Daniel Leo. Looking to get Southwest on the hit column. 3-2. This one, a little half swing sent to the second baseman Hawk. Fields it cleanly, sends it to the first baseman Mums for the second out. They do it for both these outs here in the top of the second. 4-3 on Cayenne Redling and 4-3 on Daniel Leo for 2 outs here in the top of the second. After a 3-up, 3-down inning in the previous inning to start the game, the Angels look to do the same here in the second on Southwest, and it'll be Drew Magnuson looking to stop that from happening as he looks at a first pitch strike. 2 outs, nobody aboard for Southwest. 0-1 pitch. This one chopped once again to the second baseman Hawk, slowly getting there, flips it with his glove, not in time, and aboard first base is Drew Magnuson. And I believe that's going to go down as the, not on the air. Magnuson's going to get aboard with an infield single. Able to beat the throw, and Hawk was just a little late jogging to it with his glove. And Magnuson is aboard first. So Southwest on the hit column thanks to Drew Magnuson. And now it'll be Nick Fisher stepping in for Southwest. First pitch. Upstairs for ball 1. 1-0 count with Magnuson aboard first. First base runner for Green Bay Southwest tonight. Here in the top of the second. As we're scoreless on the Fox Valley Technical College scoreboard. One 0 to Fisher. Curveball right down Main Street for strike 1. Mason Hildebrand from the stretch, sets, checks the shoulder twice. Here's the delivery. Curveball well outside for ball number 2. 2-1 count on the third baseman, Nick Fisher. I believe according to Prep Baseball from De Pere, if Prep Baseball is correct there, he sends a moonshot out to the left fielder, Ashton Judas, for the final out of the inning. but something to be happy for Green Bay Southwest. They get their first hit of the game thanks to Drew Magnuson with the infield single on the previous batter, and we'll send it to the bottom of the second. Still scoreless here on the Fox Valley Technical College scoreboard in the final week of American Legion Baseball on a Monday night.
This summer, the whole family is invited to Marshfield's home base for fun. Woodfield Inn & Suites, where great rooms come with great rates. Splash around in the indoor pool. Mom and Dad unwind in the hot tub. Let your kids take over the arcade. Book your family getaway at Woodfield Inn & Suites. The 2026 American Legion State Baseball Tournament is in Marshfield. Make Woodfield Inn & Suites your home base.
Travel Leaders Discovery specializes in creating personalized, unforgettable, and stress-free travel experiences for individuals, families, and groups of all sizes. Travel Leaders Discovery is a full-service agency booking beach vacations, cruises, hotel-only and air hotel, Disney, house rentals, business travel, romantic travel, and family vacations anywhere you want to go. Call Travel Leaders Discovery at 833-TL-TRIPS and visit www.tltrips.com. So we welcome you back to Bay Oregon Field here in Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Sun's starting to set. Feels a little cooler up here in the booth as the temperature begins to drop. Only 88 degrees now according to the Weather Channel, and we had an 89-degree first pitch. I suppose we're through just 1.5. But so glad he could join us here on Zaleski Sports. Noah Ziemba. Also the Angels looking to get their first hit of the game. Koiluno got aboard the air to start it off. Lotzer got aboard the hit by pitch. And we'll see what Noah Ziemba can do to start the inning. As he looks at a first pitch strike right down the middle. And we're underway here in the bottom of the second. Second pitch from Drew Magnuson. Just missed for ball one. 1-1 even count to Noah Ziemba, who we saw substituted, and I believe he was one of the first substitutes in Kaukauna's win last week Thursday against Kimberly. The junior last year will be a senior at Kaukauna High School next year, this coming fall. 2-1 for Magnuson. This one a dribbler to the shortstop, DeRuin. Rifles it over to the first baseman, Redling. Makes the play for the first out of the inning. So through 5 batters, still no hit for the Kaukauna Angels offense. Struggling to put some words into my mouth there. But now it'll be Calvin Mums, the first baseman for Kaukauna. Second batter here in the bottom of the second. First pitch upstairs from Magnuson. The 1-0 from Drew. Well inside for ball 2. 2-0 count to start the at-bat of Calvin Mums. Going to be a sophomore next year only. Young piece for this Kaukauna team. Moving forward and hoping to continue the legacy and some of what they did last year. I mean, Division I state champions. Going to be hard to follow up, but nothing that this great baseball program can't do. 2-1, another one inside for ball 3. And Mums looking to get aboard here in the bottom of the second. 3-1 for Magnuson. This one upstairs and in for ball 4. I believe the first walk of the day will come from Calvin Mums as he's aboard first base. So with 1 out, Calvin Mums aboard first base. It'll be Jack Hawk. Jack Hawk playing at second base today. 2026 Kaukauna graduate last year. So he swings at a first pitch strike number 1. Again with Mums over at first base. Kaukauna still searching for their first hit. Here's one of bloopers sent to shallow right center, and it's going to drop out there in the outfield for a base hit. And both base runners on their feet. And both into scoring position. At third base, it's Calvin Mums and Jack Hawk with a 1-out double to put both of them in scoring position as Kaukauna looks to get on the board. Not too shabby for the Angels' first hit. It comes from a double from Jack Hawk. And it'll be Maxwell Hippis now to try to score these two base runners for Kaukauna. First pitch from Magnuson. This one swung at but foul, out of play. Behind us here upstairs for strike one. Hippis, also the 2026 Kaukauna graduate. Shortstop for today. Here's the 0-1 from Drew. This one inside, but chopped at and swinging was Maxwell Hippis for strike number 2. Oh, 2 from Magnuson. This one a dribbler to the third base line, but foul. And the attempted backhand from head coach Griffin Klein at third base. No good. So we'll do it all again. 0-2 count to Maxwell Hippis with 2 aboard, and Southwest seeks out number 2 in the inning. 0-2 for Magnuson. This one in the dirt, swinging at it was Hippis for a punch out, the first of the inning, and a big second out here in the bottom of the second. Magnuson's third strikeout of the day, gets the second out of the inning, and it's the 9-hole hitter Ashton Judas going to try to score these base runners and get the game's first run. First pitch, right down the middle for strike 1. Judas at the 9-hole spot also did not start in their win last week Thursday. Here's one inside of the hands and right down a tightrope on the first base line, taken itself by Cayenne Redling for the final out of the inning. So Kaukauna gets 2 aboard, including the 1-out double by Jack Hawk to get Calvin Mums at third base, but none of those 2 in scoring position can score, and we are through 2 complete on the Fox Valley Technical College scoreboard. Scoreless as we enter the third. You are listening to and watching Zaleski Sports, powered by Legion Baseball.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. From brand development to social media marketing and promotional solutions, we streamline your marketing for maximum results. Learn more at BAERPM.com. Amplitel Technologies boosts IT and technology for businesses in Northeast Wisconsin and beyond. From help desk support to Wi-Fi and phone solutions. Trust the experts at Amplitel. Visit ampliteltech.com for a free consultation. We welcome you back to Bay Oregon Field here at Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Just 1 hit through 2 complete here on Zaleski Sports for the Southwest Legion team. And it came from Drew Magnuson back in the previous inning. First pitch strike to start the third inning here on Max DeRuin. Another strike, 0-2 count. So we begin the top of the third. Through 2 innings complete. Third pitch from Hildebrand, low and away for ball 1. A 1-2 count on Max DeRuin, the shortstop, to start the top of the third. 1-2. This one's sent out to center field by McCoy Luno. Tracks it down out there in the outfield for the first out of the inning. It's now completely through the lineup in the 9-hole spot. Now to finish it off of Joshua Afshar, left fielder tonight. Afshar won. I couldn't find what school he was from, playing for the Southwest Legion summer team. but likely, I would assume, obviously, around the Green Bay area. Probably a younger piece would be my guess for Green Bay Southwest, as there he looks at an outside strike one. A one from Hildebrand in there for strike two, finding a good groove here on the mound to start the third. 0-2. This one well outside for ball one. First ball, the at-bat to Afshar. Left fielder, it sits at the 9-hole spot in the offense. 1-2. Curve ball, late decision to swing by Afshar, but sent foul behind our home plate umpire and Dylan Lotzer. So we'll do it again here with a 1-2 count. 1-2 from Hildebrand. This one way behind it. Foul tip, I believe. Nevertheless, a strikeout on Afshar for the second out. Swinging strikeout for the top of the third, second out. Now send it to the top of the order through the lineup. It'll be Austin Conacher. 0 for 1 with a ground out, sent right back to Hildebrand to start the game. So there he looks at inside ball number one. Still scoreless here on the Fox Valley Technical College scoreboard. Nice curveball beauty in there for strike one. Hildebrand using that curveball a lot to his advantage here in his debut tonight. 1-1. Another one. Just missed, not by a lot. And now a 2-1 count to Conacher. Going to turn things around after that ground out to start the game. This one sent to opposite ground out there. A beauty of a spot in right center field. And fielding it is the center fielder, Luno, and it's a 2-out single for Austin Conacher in the second hit here for Southwest. So Jack Herman will step in, also 0 for 1, and sending a pop-out to Jack Herman back in the first. And now with one aboard of Conacher at first base, we'll see what he can do here in the third. First pitch, a curved ball, just up above the frame for ball one. Jack Herman again, another one I couldn't find what school for the Southwest team. He sends one right down the third base line. It hits off the third base bag in play. And the third baseman, Carson Gates, not going to be able to make a play on it. And how about that? Put in a perfect spot by Jack Herman, and he's aboard with another 2-out single. So back-to-back singles, one from Conacher with 2 outs, and now Herman. And Southwest has got 2 aboard here with 2 outs in the top of the third, and it'll bring up Miles Hunter. Also retired by Mason Hildebrand via the strikeout to end the game's first inning. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball one. So 2 aboard on second base, Austin Conacher and Jack Herman at first. Southwest trying to break the 0-0 tie. 1-0. This one again well outside in the dirt for ball two. Miles Hunter, the 2026 Notre Dame graduate last year. Good senior contributor for the Tritons. Inside pitch for ball three. Our first 3-0 hitters count of the night to Miles Hunter. Looking to get the bases loaded here with a walk. 3-0. This one sent out to left field. Ashton Judas roaming under it. He'll make the play for the final out of the inning, and the Angels get out of the jam from back-to-back singles from Conacher and Herman, and it's 0-0 as we are through 2.5, entering the bottom of the third. 0-0 here on the Fox Valley Technical College scoreboard. You are listening to and watching Zaleski Sports, powered by Pagoni's Pizza.
Hey, this is Brian Butch, former college and professional basketball player, here with a message from Abbey Bank. Safeguard your personal information and join us for Abbey Bank's free shred day on Wednesday, August 5th from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. at any Abbey Bank location. Shred your confidential documents for free, and while you're there, help make a difference. Bring a non-perishable food or hygiene item to support your local food pantry. For full details, head to abbeybank.com. Abbey Bank, where they make banking about you. This is sponsored by Abbey Bank, member FDIC.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
We welcome you back to Bay Oregon Field here in Kaukauna, Wisconsin, as we get set for the bottom of the third, and leading it off for the Kaukauna Angels from the top of the order, McCoy Luno, Mason Hildebrand, and Dylan Lotzer, the starting three for the bottom of the three here from Kaukauna, Wisconsin. The hot day all across northeast Wisconsin, but starting to get some cooler temperatures as the sun sets. But again, the Weather Channel still saying, as if it loads, I believe it's still saying 88 degrees here from Kaukauna, Wisconsin, but 87. But I feel like it's going to be a little lower, but a lot cooler up here in the booth. As Luno will begin the bottom of the third here for the Angels. Still looking for their first run of the game. Here he sends one past the third baseman, Nick Fisher. First pitch wasting no time, and is aboard with a leadoff single. Again, we talked about how well he was just able to get things going to start the inning. He led off the first, led off the third in this one, as well as last week Thursday, and both times were aboard first base. This time in the third, it's aboard the single here, and he got aboard the E6 back in the first. As he checks on Drew Magnuson, checks on Luno. He was caught stealing as well in the first, caught up in a pink pickle, and was rung up for the first out. So hoping to stay on the base pass this time as Hildebrand ducks out of the way for ball one. Fairly well inside. Mason Hildebrand 0 for 1, a backwards K back in the first. So far for him at the plate. 1-0, but before that, Magnuson going to check on Luno once again. Luno's got some wheels on first base, so I don't blame Magnuson trying to check on McCoy over there. Keep him honest. And the 1-0. Here's one sent opposite ground again to right field. Tracking it down is Jack Herman for the first out. And scurrying back to first base is McCoy Luno. So first out here in the bottom of the third comes from Mason Hildebrand. The pop out to Jack Herman in right. Now it'll be Dylan Lotzer in for the Angels. Was hit by pitch back in the first. So there he looks at strike number one, right down the middle. So we'll see what the Angels can do with this one base runner of McCoy Luno on first. Who got aboard the leadoff single to start the inning. Looks at another one right down the middle for strike two. Dylan Lotzer 0 for 1 tonight. Trying to make it 1 for 2 to get Luno moving on the bases. Magnuson checks the shoulder, 1-2. This one just missed for ball two. Like I've said a few times, last week Thursday and a bit today, Dylan Lotzer, honorable mention all-conference catcher in the FVA. 2-2. This one's sent foul right back here beneath home plate. We'll do it again. Two. Just missed for ball three. Full count on the way. This one in there for strike 3. And the second out here in the inning on Dylan Lotzer. So back-to-back punch-outs here for Southwestern defense. This one from Drew Magnuson, the backwards K. His 4th strikeout of the night comes on Dylan Lotzer. Now it's Carson Gates looking to keep the inning alive. There's a first pitch ball, 1-0 count. Just going to check to make sure. Okay, I can hear myself on the stream. Just want to make sure. Haven't gotten any clarification that we're all good, but just heard myself as their Gates fouls one off for strike 1. He also struck out looking back in the first, just as Lotzer did here moments ago. 1-1. This one below the zone for ball 2. 2-1 to Carson Gates, 0 for 1 on the day. Talked about a lengthy Carson Gates, first-team pitcher in the FVA last school year. This one catches the outside seal for strike 2. Magnuson and Southwest looking to end it. Leave that McCoy Luno on first base. Here's the pitch. This one outside, back-to-back ringouts looking for Drew Magnuson, and this one for out number 3 on Carson Gates. So, still scoreless here on the Fox Valley Technical College scoreboard as we are through 3 complete. A few hitters, a few base runners for both, but still knotted up here from Bay Oregon Field in Kaukauna, Wisconsin. You're listening to American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fear, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Marshfield is hosting the AAA State Legion Baseball Tournament from Tuesday, July 28th through Saturday, August 1st. Post 54 Legion welcomes 8 teams to compete for the state championship. Visit Hackman Field in Marshfield and enjoy delicious concessions, a chance to win exciting raffle prizes, and most importantly, some outstanding baseball. Again, July 28th through August 1st at Hackman Field in Marshfield. So a new pitcher here for the Kaukauna Angels defense, replacing Mason Hildebrand on the rubber. It's going to be Nolan Lotzer. Jeremy, that our only switch of the defense that you saw? Yeah. And it'll be coming in the lefty Cayenne Redling to start the top of the 4th. Already through 3 complete here from Bay, Oregon. First pitch and a dribbler down the first base line and foul for strike 1. So 3 complete innings for Mason Hildebrand. Mostly his defense did it all. He had 2 strikeouts, and the rest were either pop-outs or ground-outs. And he gave up those 2 hits to Magnuson, 3 hits, as there he sends a blooper past the second baseman Jack Hawk into shallow center, and a base hit for Cayenne Redling to start the inning. Like I was saying, though, Mason Hildebrand gave up those 3 hits to Magnuson, Conacher, and Herman. As Cayenne Redling puts a good tone to start the inning. It'll be Daniel Leo now with Cayenne Redling over at first. Now Nolan Lotzer from the stretch. His first pitch in there for strike 1. Daniel Leo 0 for 1 with the ground out to Jack Hawk back in the second. We'll see what he has in store with 1 aboard here in the 4th. 0-1. He shows bunt, pulls back, but now they're going to get him rung up in a pickle, but he's going to be in there, and the stolen base for Cayenne Redling. This ball travels out to shallow left by Judas. Good heads-up base running for Cayenne Redling. I believe it's going to be the first stolen base for Southwest tonight, and he's in scoring position. Just put on the wheels fast enough, and the first baseman, Mums, couldn't get the ball out of his glove fast enough. Shows bunt again, pulls back, but in there for strike 2. No outs, 1 aboard second, a 1-2 count on Daniel Leo with Nolan Lotzer on the mound. Pitch on the way, swing up and away for ball 2. Evens up at 2 apiece with Redling in scoring position, trying to get the game's first run across the Fox Valley Technical College scoreboard. 2-2. And I believe we're going to have a balk first on Nolan Lotzer. So I believe that pitch won't count. The balk was before the pitch. We're going to have clarification from the home plate umpire. It's going to be a 2-2 count on Leo. Now with Redling aboard third. 2-2. So chopped at, and it looks to stay in play. Chasing after it is the first baseman. Mumsey makes the play. A great hustle play out there in foul ground for the first out here in the inning. So now Magnuson with one out in the inning. Still Cayenne Redling aboard as he sends one out. Shallow left field and can't make the play. Ashton Judas, it gets past him. In to score is Cayenne Redling. And rounding second base with an RBI double is Drew Magnuson. And Southwest on the board for the first run of the ball game. And it comes all the way in the top of the 4th. So now Nick Fisher, another member in scoring position of Drew Magnuson. There he looks at first pitch ball. But now Green Bay Southwest leads Kaukauna 1-0 here in the 4th. Took them 3 complete for both these teams to get one on the board. Thanks to the RBI double from Magnuson. It scored Cayenne Redling moments ago, and it's a 1-0 Southwest lead. 2-0 from Lotzer. Just noticed, but a little catch that Nolan and Dylan are playing here. Dylan behind the dish, Nolan on the mound, but a 3-0 count. This one caught the zone for a strike 1. Good response from Nolan after those 3 balls to start the at-bat on Nick Fisher. Here's the 3-1. This one chopped at the third base line. A good backhand from Gates. He looks back the runner of the RBI double. Yeah, Drew Magnuson at second. Makes the play over there at first base to retire Nick Fisher for the inning's second out. Had to make sure it was Magnuson aboard second with that RBI double. And 5-3 for the second out on Nick Fisher. We'll bring in Max DeRuin. He led off the 3rd inning with a pop out to the center fielder, Luno. Here's the first pitch from Nolan Lotzer. In there for strike 1. So it took 3 complete for both these teams to score, and it's Green Bay leading Kaukauna 1-0. As the runner thought about going, Magnuson, but stopped in his tracks. This one fouled back for strike 2. It's an 0-2 count, and the Angels a strike away from getting out of the inning. Leaving Magnuson aboard second base, but still with that 1 run given up moments ago. 0-2 from Lotzer. This one chopped at, sent high in the air, deep to center field. Coming in on it is McCoy Luno, and retires DeRuin the same way he retired him back in the 3rd with a pop-out right to his mitt for the final out here in the bottom of the 4th. But not after Green Bay Southwest scoring the game's first run thanks to the RBI double from Drew Magnuson, and they lead Kaukauna 1-0 as we enter the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to and watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports, powered by Travel Leaders Discovery.
However and wherever you want to travel the world, Travel Leaders Discovery can help you get there. Beach vacations, family trips, cruises, romantic getaways, Disney vacations, U.S. travel and business travel. Travel Leaders Discovery. proudly helping families, couples, and businesses explore the world through all-inclusive trips of all kinds. Call them today in Green Bay, Appleton, and Sheboygan to create your memories for a lifetime.
Pagoni's Pizza is your source for Chicago-style pizza with that guaranteed Cilician taste in Northeast Wisconsin. From gourmet sandwiches to daily specials in the pizza buffet, enjoy a family-friendly, relaxing atmosphere at Pagoni's Pizza on East Ann Street, Kaukauna. Again, I want to thank our game day sponsors, Travel Leaders Discovery, Ampletel Technologies, Bear Performance Marketing, and Pagoni's Pizza. Can't thank you enough for your endless support of Zaleski Sports. As we welcome you back to Bay Oregon Field in Kaukauna, Wisconsin, the sun officially set. As we welcome you to the bottom of the fourth. Moments ago, the RBI double from Drew Magnuson got Green Bay Southwest on the board, and they lead 1-0 against the Angels. So we are almost through 4 complete here on a Monday night to begin the final week of the American Legion Baseball regular season. Great to have you along, Miles Detroit. Jeremy Hendricks, our PA announcer and scoreboard operator tonight. It'll be Noah Ziemba starting it off for the Angels, trying to get that one run back against the man who did it himself, Drew Magnuson on the mound. First pitch inside, but caught the zone for strike one, and the inning is underway. 0-1 from Drew. Low and in, missing for ball one. Even 1-1 count. Curveball way upstairs for ball two. Ziemba also led off the second. Grounded out to the shortstop, DeRuin. Looks inside at ball three. 3-1 the count to begin the fourth. For Noah Ziemba, 0 for 1 on the day. Looking to get the inning started. 3-1. This one reached at, sent back foul for strike two. Chasing it after, it's the on-deck hitter, Calvin Mums. Here below your screen. Magnuson and Ziemba, full count. Here it is. This one well behind. It was Ziemba, and a punch out to begin the fourth, the same way he ended the third, but this time swinging on Noah Ziemba for the first out of the inning. Calvin Mums will step in for the Angels. 1 out in the inning. So there's one in the dirt for ball one. Calvin Mums got aboard the walk. Was able to get to third base, but did not score back in the second. After Hippis and Judas were retired for back-to-back outs to end the second. Here's the 2-0. This one's sent to the third baseman, Fisher. Fields it, rifles it over to the first baseman, who makes the stretch, and he's able to hold on to it at first and make a sensational play. Kyan Redling stretching out for it and getting dirty for the inning's second out. A heck of a play that Redling had to work for. Fisher got it there on a line, had to rifle it over there at top speed for the second out of the inning. Now Jack Hawk going to try to get a little 2-out rally going for the Angels. First pitch from Magnuson, and reaching for it was Hawk for strike one. Amazing play from Kyan Redling. Go down as the play of the game so far. Keeps the Angels off the bags. And now Magnuson a strike away from ending the inning and going 3 up, 3 down. 0-2 from Drew. This one in there for strike three to end the inning. A backwards K the same way he ended the third, and his second strikeout of the inning comes on Jack Hawk. 3 up, 3 down here for the Southwest defense. We're through 4 complete here on the Fox Valley Technical College scoreboard. Green Bay 1, Kaukauna 0. You are listening to and watching Zaleski Sports, powered by Bear Performance Marketing.
Mega Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and awards. Don't settle for less. With our in-house production, we will make your name or event stand out with custom sports jerseys, branded cooler bags, and personalized can coolers. Celebrate team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Meta Custom Apparel, we put your brand first. Explore your options today at metacustom.com.
Looking for a place where everyone feels at home? Welcome to Point Brewery, your family-friendly tap room with something for everyone. From a wide variety of local brews to classic Point sodas for the kids, we've got the perfect pour for everyone. Craving a bite? We've got hot, cheesy Portesi pizzas ready when you are. Whether you're hanging out inside or soaking up the sun in our outdoor beer garden, there's space to unwind. Planning a celebration? Reserve our private event room and make it a gathering to remember. Point Brewery, good times, great taste, all on tap.
5 hits and 1 run has been enough for Green Bay Southwest to lead the Kaukauna Angels 1-0 as we enter the top of the 5th through 4 complete here on the Fox Valley Technical College scoreboard. And Nolan Lotzer's first pitch to start the inning outside for ball 1 as we welcome you back to Bay Oregon Field here in beautiful Kaukauna, Wisconsin, right by the Fox River. At the top of your screen out there behind the trees as there sends one to shallow center field with a leadoff hit. Joshua Afshar aboard first base with his first hit of the night. Been kind of a similar theme for both these teams, getting on the bags to start it, but still not a lot of runs for both these teams. One combined for the two. As now send it to the top of the order with Austin Conaher and a leaping bump, and they're able to get the double play. Ringing him up was the pitcher Nolan Lotzer. Clears the bases, and now 2 outs in the inning. And what a change of events off the bunt from Austin Conaher, and it results in a double play. Jack Herman now in for Southwest. He deals with and now an 0-2 count here on Nolan Lotzer, who took over for Mason Hildebrand in the previous inning. Got 1.2 innings pitched. They're quickly looking to end the inning. Would have been, but ball in the dirt. Now a 1-2 count. But after the double play, and the victim Austin Conaher, there's 2 outs in the inning, and Nolan Lotzer looking to quickly end it. This one well outside the left side batter's box. Left-handed batter's box for ball 2. Evens up. 2s all across the board. A 2-2 count. 2 outs. Here in the top of the 5th. Here's the 2-2 from Lotzer. Right down the middle, swinging at it was Jack Herman for the final out of the inning. So after the double play by Nolan Lotzer, who flipped it over, the catch off Conaher and rung up the leadoff hitter, Joshua Afshar. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning and a 3-out inning for the Kaukauna Angels as we send it to the bottom of the 5th. Southwest still leads the Angels 1-0 here on the Fox Valley Technical College scoreboard. You're listening to and watching Zaleski Sports, powered by Legion Baseball.
Help us create iron castings the world uses and trusts. At Wapaka Foundry, you're not just making parts. It's the pride in what you do, the quality of people beside you, and the career you create. What we make matters. Who makes them matters more. Join us. Cast your future at Wapaka Foundry. Visit jobs.wapakafoundry.com. Go Comets!
Want to save even more at Fleet Farm? Sign up for Fleet Rewards for exclusive offers and deals. Earn points every time you shop. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Plus, earn rewards even faster with the Fleet Rewards credit card. Get 4 times the points every time you use your Fleet Rewards credit card. Start shopping and start saving even more with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
One hit is all the Kaukauna Angels have been able to string together as they trail by 1 run as we enter the bottom of the 5th after a quick inning off the double play from the pitcher Nolan Lotzer, who got the leadoff runner of Drew Afshar rung up on the double play from Austin Conaher's attempted bunt. Now to be Maxwell Hippis to start it for the Angels. They seek their first run, just one hit on the evening. And Hippis 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch from Magnuson, who has been sensational on the mound, upstairs for ball 1. So glad he could join us here on Zaleski Sports from Bay Oregon Field as I check our feed. 71 views, 5 concurrent. Again, if you're listening in, soon comment on the Facebook. I'll try to give you a shout out. Here's the 1-1. This one chopped that inside the hands of Hippis, sent out of play for strike 2. It's been a quick one here from Bay, Oregon, just 9 p.m. with an 8 p.m. start time, just 1 hour into this one. 1-2. This one well outside in the dirt for ball 2. And evens up at 2 apiece. Hippis with a swinging strikeout back in the second, 0 for 1 on the day. Again, just that one hit for the A's. 2-2, this one chopped at a high pop-up. That'll stay in the infield. And it's a miscommunication there between Fisher, DeRuin, and Afshar. And it's going to drop in shallow left field for a base hit. Just the second of the day for the Angels, but it gets Hippis aboard first base with a leadoff single. Anyway on. Hippis gets the inning going, and now we'll bring in Ashton Judas. Judas popped out to the first baseman Redling back in the second as there a big hack at a first pitch strike number 1. Nevertheless, the Angels get one on here. Oh, I didn't see that. They had 2 base runners entering this one. 2 base runners. They had the single from Luno to start the third. And then I was looking at this double from Hawk. And now the single from Hippis. As Judas pulls back on the bunt. It's a 1-2 count. What a 1-2 with no outs in the inning, and Hippis aboard first. Here's the pitch. This one's sent opposite ground and out of play, foul ball, and the count stays at 1-2. Ashton Judas will be a senior for the Galloping Ghosts school year next year. Here's the 1-2. This one's sent foul once again. Good battle between Magnuson and Judas here, the second batter at the bottom of the 5th. .58 minutes here into this ball game. 1-2 again. This one right down the middle, caught Ashton Judas lacking for the first out of the inning, and another backwards K for Drew Magnuson. 8th strikeout on the day for Drew Magnuson. His 6th backwards. Now at the top of the order with McCoy Luno, who was a contributor of that second hit that I didn't see entering the inning. But 3 hits so far by my counting. Make sure I'm not missing one again. 3 hits for the Angels. As there he sends one foul for strike 1. 2 outs with Maxwell Hippis still roaming first base. So we get a ball to the catcher Miles Hunter. Hunter behind the dish, leading the team with total chances. He's got 82 entering this one today. He's had plenty of chances behind there at the dish tonight. But now the 1-1 to Luno on the way. This one chopped out in the dirt, sent to the shortstop DeRuin. He bobbles in and is not going to be able to get a play on any 2 of the base runners for the Angels. It's going to go down as another E6 on him tonight. Both coming and both getting McCoy Luno on the bases here in this one today. So again, coming in for Mason Hildebrand, it's Nolan Lotzer. Now will be in the 2-hole spot. First pitch from Magnuson. Low and away for ball 1. Second pitch. Fastball in the dirt for ball 2. Noel Notzer again coming in for Mason Hildebrand, both on the offense and defense. The pinch hitter and replacement pitcher. 2-0. Right down the middle for strike 1. Noel Notzer looking to keep the inning going with 2 outs. 2-1. Curved ball well inside for ball 3. Wait, I have, I keep saying 2 outs. There should be 1 out. Just 1 out in the inning. I didn't catch that. I don't know where I got that second out from, but there's a walk, a 1-out walk to get the bases loaded. Nolan Notzer now aboard first base, and the bases loaded. Just that 1 out and the backward strikeout looking on Ashton Judas. We'll load him up here for the Angels. Now it's going to be Dylan Lotzer. There he sends one out to right center field. It's in for trouble and a base hit. One will score. Another one rounding, digging for a home plate. This one's McCoy Luno. 3 will score and a 3-run RBI double from Dylan Lotzer. And the Angels take a 3-1 lead here in the 5th. Hildebrand scored, Luno scored, Hippis scored, a 3-run RBI double with 1 out for Dylan Lotzer. Now steps in Carson Gates. He sends a high pop-out deep to center field. Daniel Leo going to roam under it for the second out of the inning. Meanwhile, tagging up previously with that 3-run RBI double, Dylan Lotzer, and now aboard third base and a bag closer from opening this game up. And they just caught him on they said Dylan Lotzer left a little bit early. And we're getting some groans from the Angels dugout, so it looks like that's going to end the inning. So they just stepped on second base. Southwest claimed Lotzer left early on the attempted tag. So they step on second and the inning ends, but not after Kaukauna adding 3 on. They lead by 2 off the 3-run RBI double from Dylan Lotzer, who was just rung up for the final out of the inning. 3-1 our scores. We're through 5 complete on the Fox Valley Technical College scoreboard. You are listening to and watching Zaleski Sports, powered by Bear Performance Marketing.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Yep. So thanks to Jeremy, we get the single switch figured out as we welcome you to the top of the 6th. And starting it off for Southwest is Miles Hunter. So I get some clarification, making sure that's him. We had a switch. Chase Otradovic now in left field, replacing Ashton Judas. Now the 0-1 pitch from Lotzer. In there for strike 2. But what a way to end that last inning. And they checked on leaving too early off that 3-run RBI double from Dylan Lotzer. Here's a high pop-up. Calling it off in shallow left center. Not able to make the play. The shortstop, Maxwell Hippis, dropping it out there in shallow center off his glove. And it's going to go down as an E6. We've had 3 E6s for the shortstops tonight. Gets Miles Hunter aboard first to start the inning. Here's a shot out to right center. Will it drop? The center fielder Luno chasing after it, and no good. Drops right in front of him. Rounding third base, the leadoff hitter Hunter digging for a home plate. The throw to the plate. Got him! Caught Miles Hunter at home plate and ringing him up. I believe was Hippis from short. And keeps Southwest from scoring their second run of the night. So now it's Daniel Leo in for Southwest. So they still trail 2 runs here, and what a cutoff and a throw down to the plate to Dylan Lotzer, who put the tag on nicely to catch Miles Hunter from getting Southwest on the board for the first time this inning. His shot sent to opposite ground and right field, right to the mid of Noah Ziemba. And holding aboard third base is Kyan Redling, so now runners at the corners after the 1-out single from Daniel Leo. So a double from Kyan Redling, now a single from Daniel Leo. 2 hits here in the inning, 1 out for the Angels. Now Drew Magnuson will try to score that runner of Kyan Redling at third base. Still just 1 out in the inning. Magnuson had a RBI double to get that first run for Southwest back in the 4th. First pitch ball missed the zone. 1-0 the count to Magnuson. Pitcher v. pitcher after Nolan Lotzer took over 2 innings ago for Mason Hildebrand, starting pitcher tonight, as the runner at first base goes. That being Daniel Leo aboard second with a stolen base. So now 2 runners in scoring position. A 2-1 count on Magnuson. Here's the pitch. In the dirt and away for ball 3. And a 3-0 count here with 1 out. Hitters count 3-0 on the way. Right down the middle. Good response from Nolan Lotzer. The first strike of the at-bat on Magnuson. Another pitch on the way. This one right over the head of the third baseman, Carson Gates. 1 on the way to score of Kyan Redling. And this time not caught rung up. And this time it'll be Green Bay Southwest on the board scoring their second run of the game. RBI single from Drew Magnuson. Second RBI of the day. This one a single in the 6th. Still runners at the corners. Now a 2-3 score. Kaukauna still leading by 1. Now it'll be Nick Fisher going to try to add some more here with just 1 out still in the inning. And 2 more to get for the Angels defense. Nick Fisher 0 for 2 on the night. First pitch on the way. In there for strike 1. Fisher popped out and grounded out. Popped out in the 2nd, grounded in the 4th. See what he has in store in the 6th. Second pitch is runner goes. Magnuson on the way, and Dylan Lotzer quickly rifles back to his brother. And Magnuson aboard second with a stolen base. So a few stolen bases here in this inning, including one from Leo. And it just wore the hitter of Nick Fisher, and he's going to get aboard first base and hit by pitch. And it'll load him up for Green Bay Southwest. And on comes head coach Griffin Klein to talk things over with Nolan Lotzer in his infield. It'll be Max DeRuin with the bases loaded, 1 out to see if Southwest can crawl into this lead. They only trail by 1, just 1 out in the inning. And 2 more chances of doing so. Now's the perfect time to cut into this deficit. We'll see if we have any switches here. It's been a big inning, including a double from Redling, 2 singles, a single from Leo and from Magnuson. Will it be? It will be. It looks like it. Nolan Lotzer is going to stay on the mound. With bases loaded after the hit by pitch, Nick Fisher, hit batter from Nolan Lotzer. Step in, Max DeRuin. 2 pop-outs to McCoy Luno out in center. He's got a big task ahead of him with the bases loaded and 1 out in the inning. Down by a run. First pitch from Lotzer. Well in front of it was DeRuin for strike 1. And an off speed to start the at-bat here against the what will be junior Max DeRuin. 0-1 pitch. And this one chopped to the shortstop Maxwell Hippis, but it bobbles and gets behind him. And in to score is the lead runner of Daniel Leo. It is now 2 runs here in the inning for Southwest, and we are tied up at 3 apiece. And another East going to go down as an East 6 on Maxwell Hippis. Brings in Joshua Afshar. This one sent to opposite ground, shallow right field, and it's going to score another one. And it'll be just 1 as they load him up again. This time in to score Drew Magnuson, and Southwest has a 4-3 lead. RBI single for Joshua Afshar. And what a turn of events here in the top of the 6th. So top of the order now with Austin Conacher after this big mess offensive firepower for Southwest. As Conacher looks at a first pitch strike. Now Southwest takes back the lead that they had 1-0. For a good chunk of this game. Wasn't very comfortable. And this one, a wild pitch, gets past Dylan Lotzer. And in to score is Nick Fisher. And adds on to the Southwest lead. And it's now 5-3 Green Bay. We'll see how the Angels can get out of this mess. Down by 2. They've given up 4 this inning, and a 1-1 pitch. This one a hot shot to the right side, but foul for strike 2 on Austin Conacher. 1 for 3 on the day, including a single back in the 3rd. One of now many hits that this team has strung together, especially this inning. 1-2. This one well chopped at, sent foul again. Over to the bullpen for Kaukauna. It looks like someone's getting loose in there. Nolan Lotzer is having some trouble here in the 6th. So we'll do it all again. 1-2 from Lotzer. This one well outside, but a good stop from Dylan, his brother. And a 2-2 count. Conacher, Lotzer, here's the 2-2. This one sent back foul. We'll do it again. It's been kind of the sequence these past couple games. All the action's been happening towards the game. We sped through these first couple innings. Now a total of 8 combined here in the 6th. 2-2. This one chopped at and swinging strike number 3, a much-needed out, and it came from Nolan Lotzer, who needed some momentum on his shoulder, and he's got some for now Jack Herman, who will step in. A batter away from completely getting through the lineup here in the 6th. Now 2 outs in the inning. First pitch to Herman. This one a moonshot sent out shallow center field. Chasing in on his Luno. He can't make the play. Already scoring 1 for Southwest. On the way to score is another. And it's a 2-run RBI single, scoring both those lead runners. And it is 7-3 Green Bay Southwest. And just put in the perfect spot from Jack Herman. Right in front of the mid of McCoy Luno. Has been getting a lot of action out there in center, but just can't make that play. And we're now completely through a trip here in the 6th. It's Miles Hunter back in for Southwest. So this one he sends a high pop-up. This one should end the bleeding and the damage. The right fielder can't make it, bobbled in his glove. Can't make the play, Noah Ziemba. And it goes down as an E9, and will keep the inning alive. Now runners at the corners. Jack Herman aboard third. Miles Hunter at first. And we'll bring in Cayenne Redling. We had that double to really get things going here in this inning. After 6 now added up runs here in the 6th. This one outside for ball 1. So much action happened here for the Southwest offense. They lead 7-3. Here's a hot shot and an attempted backhand hit off the leg of the shortstop Hippis. And it'll score another one for Green Bay Southwest. And it's now a 5-run lead for Southwest Legion. That one I believe is not going to go down. I would not list it as an E6. An infield single for Cayenne Redling, and Griffin Klein's going to sort this thing out and likely going to see the end of Nolan Lotzer here on the mound. Okay, Nolan Lotzer is going to go to right, replacing Noah Ziemba. Noah Ziemba is going to pitch. Okay. That would make sense. Jeremy and I try to get the switches correct. Boy, just a mess for Nolan Lotzer, who took over back in the 4th and really got this thing out of hand. An 8-3 lead for Green Bay Southwest. And are you correct, Jeremy? Number 19 you see on the mound there? Looks to be like it. I don't know my binocs. Yep, number 19. So Ziemba's going to take over for Nolan Lotzer. Nolan Lotzer going to go out and right. That's now Noah Ziemba with a bit of a mess in his hands. There is 2 outs in the inning, so that's a good sign for the Angels. It was that strikeout on Austin Conacher back a few batters ago. And it'll be Daniel Leo to get things running here. We'll face Noah Ziemba for the first time tonight. So much action, a lot to keep track of here, but started with the double from Redling, a single from Leo, Magnuson single. Fisher got hit by pitch. DeRuin got aboard the E6. Joshua Afshar got an RBI single. Herman got a 2-run RBI single. Miles Hunter got aboard. Redling got aboard at the single, and now it's back to Daniel Leo. With runners at first and second. 2 outs and an 8-3 Green Bay Southwest lead. So we'll see what Daniel Leo can keep the train chugging here for Southwest. That's the first pitch from Ziemba. Wild pitch gets past Dylan Lotzer, and 2 stolen bases for Southwest. Not a good start for Ziemba as he takes over for Nolan Lotzer. Not the ideal way you want to start with a wild pitch. Gets past your honorable mention catcher Dylan Lotzer. Now 2 runners in scoring position. Redling at second, Hunter at third. The pitch, good response in there for strike 1. Angels need some momentum, and they need it quick. 1-1. This one in there for strike 2. Back-to-back strikes for Ziemba. Trying to get in a routine here with 2 outs, trying to stop all this damage. The 7-run 6th inning for Green Bay Southwest. 1-2. In there for strike 3, a backwards K. Ziemba's first strikeout of the night. After he takes over the mess Nolan Lotzer started. And it's a 7-run inning for Green Bay Southwest, and they lead by 5 as we enter the bottom of the 6th. Still plenty of chances for Kaukauna as they try to claw into this deficit here on the Fox Valley Technical College scoreboard. You're listening to and watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports, powered by Bear Performance Marketing.
Welcome to the competition where only the best healthcare plans rise to the top. Megasure.
Presenting Paperwork pound cake. A half-baked plan with flaky service sprinkled on top.
Ooh. Next up, Security Health Plan.
I call this one the Sweet Security. It has high quality coverage folded in, and it's frosted with award-winning local service that's sweet but never sugar-coated.
That's a slice of better.
Chef Security, congratulations. Truly the recipe for better.
After the clutterfunk of a mess, that last inning, giving up 7 runs for the Angels. They try to crawl back into this lead. They'll get 2 chances, down by 5 runs. And to start it off for Kaukauna, the man who took over for Nolan Lotzer on the mound will be Noah Ziemba. Again, nothing that this Angels team can't do. We've seen plenty of last inning surges from them all summer long. We saw how they beat Kimberly last week, Thursday. Perfect man to start this trip back to tie things up here against Green Bay Southwest. Noah Ziemba, 0 for 2 on the day, looking to turn things around. He led off the second with a ground out to DeRuin and a swinging strikeout to start the fourth. And we'll see what he has in store in the sixth. We welcome you to Bay Oregon Field here in Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Miles Detroit alongside Jeremy Hendricks as we begin the bottom of the sixth. But everything gone wrong in that last inning for the Angels defense. Hit after hit and a lot of runs scoring. 7 total for Green Bay Southwest as it's a swinging strike number 1 on Noah Ziemba to start the inning. 0-1 from Magnuson, who has had a great game, great outing on the mound. He got, I believe, a total of 8 strikeouts. Yeah, 8 strikeouts to this point. Otherwise, his defense has done it all. 3 hits. 4 hits, maybe? 1. Count them later, but meanwhile, 1-2. This one sent right up the gut. The shortstop, Max DeRuin, making a play, but not in time. Tried to get it to Redling, but beating out the throw is Noah Ziemba, and he's aboard with an infield single to start the inning. Perfect way to start for the Angels as they try to get back into this one. Ziemba with a leadoff single. And it will be Calvin Mums. Making sure that's him in the box. Number 15, yep, Mums in. 0 for 2, including a walk in the second and a ground out to Fisher back in the fourth. With Noah Ziemba aboard first, we'll see what he can do. Down by 5 runs, him and his team try to get back into this. Ball number 2 in the dirt. 2-0 count here to Calvin Mums. As Hunter gets his sorts and fires it back to Magnuson. Just 5 hits for this Angels team as there he looks at strike number 1. I was trying to figure out Magnuson has been great on the mound. 8 strikeouts, 5 hits, and the rest of his defense is done. 2-1. This one a high pop up out of play, foul ball for strike 2. Kaukauna still with no outs in the inning. And with Noah Ziemba aboard first with the leadoff single. 2-2. This one hit the batter of Calvin Mums. He's aboard first base with a hit by pitch. So Ziemba travels to second. Mums aboard first with a hit by pitch. Now we'll bring in Jack Hawk for the Angels with 2 aboard, no outs. Good opportunity here for the Angels. 6th run at the plate of Jack Hawk. Up to hit for the Angels. 1 for 2 on the day, including a double in the second. And a looking strikeout in the fourth. First pitch. Upstairs as quickly fires back as the catcher, Miles Hunter. And he caught him. I thought, oh, wow. I thought scurrying back. I thought Mums got there in time. But no, he's going to head back to the dugout. Jeremy thought he got back time as well, but but ends up being a heck of a play. Miles Hunter put that thing on the line. We have some ruthless fans or possibly coaches and someone in the dugout. We're gonna have some clarification to do here. Got some unhappy fans below us. I believe someone in the dugout might have just been tossed. I'm not sure though. We're going to have to just see as our home plate umpire is going to talk to head coach Griffin Klein as we try to get things sorted. So I'm not sure who possibly someone got tossed. I don't know. I think we're just gonna keep playing around here. Going back to our ordinary schedule here. Your paid programming back at home. You just held up a count too. I didn't see what it was. This is a 1-0 count because it was the ball on Hawk, and then Miles Hunter ended up caught Calvin Mumms stealing for an incredible out. First out of the inning, and now we're back to normal here. Ground ball. The third baseman Fisher can't make the backhanded play, and aboard first base is Jack Hawk with a 1 out. I think I would maybe list that as an E5. I don't think that'd count as a single. The backhand didn't even get the throw off, and I think it was a playable ball for the third baseman Fisher. So now 2 aboard, 1 out in the inning. Steps up Maxwell Hippis. First pitch from Magnuson. Swinging strike number 1 on Hippis. Maybe that altercation can get some energy in Kaukauna as they try to get back into this. But down to their final 5 outs. But 2 aboard here, 1 in scoring position. They're down by 5 runs here in the 6th. 0-1. Curveball right down the middle. Magnuson has been perfect on the mound here tonight. Mixing up all sorts of stuff. Again, just that. 3 runs, 5 hits, 6. No, that one didn't count. 5 hits given up. As Hippis steps out of the box for time. He'll come back in with an 0-2 count and 1 out here in the inning. Magnuson looking to do it himself. 0-2. In the dirt for ball 1. What stinks about that, too, is definitely a Kaukauna altercation, arguing that call on Calvin Mumms. It's going to give the umpire kind of some favoritism towards Southwest here. You know, that he's getting some drawback from Kaukauna. It's going to kind of have him lean towards Southwest a little more now. So not a good feeling for Kaukauna here. They try to get some energy, some juice into the system. Down by 5. This one a high pop up, out of play. Catcher Miles Hunter can't make a read. And we'll do another 2-2 here on Maxwell Hippis. 1 for 2 on the day. He started off the 5th inning with a leadoff single and struck out back in the 2nd. We'll see what he can do with 2 aboard here in the 6th. Facing a 2-2 count on Drew Magnuson. Here's the pitch. Curveball. Just missed, not by much. And the ball 3 now in Hippis. It's been hard to hit around this Drew Magnuson on the mound. Full count. This one inside and aboard first base with the walk is Maxwell Hippis, and it'll load him up for the Angels. The game, Kaukana's 7th run now at the plate of Chase Otradovic. So Ziemba at third, Jack Hawk at second, Hippus at first, brings in Chase Otradovic, who stepped in for Ashton Judas out in left field, back in the, I believe that was the top of the 6th when he came in. We'll see what he can do with the bases loaded up. Still just 1 out here for the Angels. Definitely some good opportunity here for Kaukauna. Down by 5. Like I said, the 7th run up to hit of Chase Otradovic at the 9-hole spot. Trying to scurry around this 5-run deficit. First pitch from Magnuson. Right down the middle, sent at right into right field for a base hit. It'll score one of Noah Ziemba, and we'll keep everyone else where they're at. Good play from the right fielder Herman to get it in time, and the Angels are within 4, and the RBI single from Chase Otradovic. So Hawk at third, Hippus at second, Otradovic now at first. With the RBI single, we'll bring in McCoy Luno. 21, okay, thank you. I was going to say, I thought I heard you say a different name. Nathan Hansen is going to be in for McCoy Luno. Thank you, Jeremy. Hansen stepped out of the box before Drew Magnuson could deliver. Second-team pitcher all-conference in the Fox River Classic, putting on a solid show, but here he faces a bit of a threat. Bases loaded, 1 out in the inning, and a 4-run lead for his squad. We'll have to deal with Nathan Hansen. Well in front of it was Nathan for strike 2. Magnuson a strike away from the inning's 2nd out. Angels still got him loaded up. And the 0-2 on the way. Right down the middle, stepping out of the box was Nathan Hansen and wasn't ready for it for the 2nd out of the inning. Another backwards K for Drew Magnuson. And it's been a majority of his 9 strikeouts I believe he has on the night. Nolan Lotzer now in. He sends a dribbler down the third base line. And Nick Fisher just going to step on his own bag for the final out of the inning. So, thanks to Drew Magnuson retiring Nathan Hansen via the backwards K, it keeps them loaded up, and Nick Fisher steps on third. But Kaukauna adds on 1 more as they try to get within this 4-run deficit. We're through 6 complete. Can Southwest add on some more as we get down to the wire? You're listening to and watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports. Powered by Pagoni's Pizza.
Welcome to the competition where only the best healthcare plans rise to the top. Megasure.
Presenting Paperwork Pound Cake. A half-baked plan with flaky service sprinkled on top.
Ooh. Next up, Security Health Plan.
I call this one the Sweet Security. It has high-quality coverage folded in, and it's frosted with award-winning local service that's sweet but never sugar-coated.
That's a slice of better.
Chef Security, congratulations. Truly the recipe for better.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. Offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
Welcome you back to Bay Oregon Field here in Kaukauna, Wisconsin. We're getting the switches figured out here, Jeremy and I. Otradovic is moving to center, and Hansen is in left field. And that, I believe, is the only switches that you saw. Just the center. Yep, okay. As we begin the top of the 7th, Green Bay Southwest, after an incredible offensive performance that previous inning adding on 7 runs as they lead 8-4 now here in the 7th. Going to try to add on some more with as great of a Kaukauna team they face. It's not a very marginal 4-run lead, so we're through 6 complete. Could you see who was leading off? Because they, I believe it should be number 39. 39. Possibly someone coming in for. Nope, Drew Magnuson. Okay, Magnuson in to start it. Apologies. Magnuson, yep. The swinging strike number 2 there evens up the count. Magnuson a perfect 3 for 3 on the night, including a double and 2 singles. 2-2 from Ziemba. This one fouled back. Keep the count at 2-2. The on-deck batter Nick Fisher will fetch it over here behind the plate, off your screen. So again, Southwest going to try to add on some insurance, up by 4. Here's the pitch from Ziemba. Outside, and wanting it was Magnuson, but instead decided not to pull the trigger. Now it's a full count here to begin the 7th. Three-two, Ziemba, Magnuson. That's well above the head of Magnuson. He's aboard first base with a leadoff walk. We started to find Ziemba's first batter after he took over was kind of a mess. And same here, he gets one aboard. Not a mess, but wasn't ideal. So we'll try to see if Ziemba can settle back in here. And ended that inning after he took over. 0.2 innings pitched. He got those 2 outs. Or 1 out. I believe it was 0.1 innings pitched. There's a first pitch ball now to Nick Fisher, who steps into the right-hand batter's box. Magnuson gets his lead at first, and Fisher looks at a second pitch, strike 1. Fisher 0 for 3 on the day, but scored after he got hit by pitch back in the previous inning. That was one of 7 runs Southwest ran across home plate. Ziemba checks the shoulder, 2-1. Well upstairs for ball 3. Again, for Kaukauna, as we kind of look in to the bottom of the 7th, it's the 3-hole hitter Dylan Lotzer that'll start it for the Angels. As they trail by 4, no matter what after this inning, or it could be more. So here's a pitch that gets past Dylan Lotzer. Now 2 aboard for Southwest. Back-to-back walks, 1 on Magnuson, now on Fisher. Gets 2 aboard. Drew Magnuson in scoring position. We'll bring in Max DeRuin. 0 for 3 on the day. Still no outs in the inning for this Angels defense. First pitch. Got another one way upstairs for ball 1. Ziemba and the Angels defense looking for out 1 here in the top of the 7th. (1-0) from Noah Ziemba. This one in there for strike 1. Good response. Gets the first strike on Max DeRuin. Shortstop tonight. DeRuin, according to Prep Baseball, also from Notre Dame Academy, among most of these Southwest Legion members. Here's a high pop-up that's going to travel to shallow center field. Chasing in on it is the new center fielder, Chase Otradovic, for the inning's first out. Keeps the base runners of Magnuson and Fisher where they're at their respective spots. And DeRuin is retired via the pop-out. So it's Joshua Afshar going to step in for Legion. With 2 aboard, 1 in scoring position, now 1 out in the inning. A fresh count to him from Noah Ziemba. First pitch, another one well upstairs above the zone for ball 1. Ziemba from the stretch, sets, adjusting the glove, 1-0. This one, same spot, same result, 2-0. Ziemba sets, checks at second. Here's the 2-0. This one swung at, foul, right above our heads here in the booth, Jeremy and I, for strike 1. And like I said, the last regular season Zaleski Sports Legion, Kaukauna Legion game will be this Thursday when they take on a rematch of the New London Clippers. And it will be regionals and state tournament time. So there's 2-1 pitch outside that caught the zone for strike 2. Evens up 2-2 apiece. Ziemba looking for out number 2 in the inning. Here's the pitch. This one inside, didn't miss by much. Ball 3. Ziemba, full count. The pitch. Upstairs for ball 4. Third walk of the inning for Noah Ziemba. That is how all 3 of those runners on your screen are aboard here in the top of the 7th. So it'll load them up with 1 out and bring it to the top of the order with Austin Conacher. Magnuson at third, Fisher at second, Afshar now at first, Conacher up to hit. Here's one fouled back for the first strike. Again, just like that last inning, the Angels face quite a threat, and they already trail by 4 here in the game's last inning. A 1 from Ziemba. This one, good pitch right down the middle for strike 2. Swinging at it was Austin Conacher. He's had quite a night. Quite a few appearances at the plate, including a single back in the 3rd. Pitch another one upstairs. Ziemba finding above the frame quite a bit in this inning. Ball 1. Nevertheless, had 1 to waste. A 1-2 count on the second baseman, Austin Conacher. 1-2. This one low and away. Evens up at 2 apiece. Had a ground out in the 1st. Single in the 3rd. Got rung up on that attempted bunt in the 5th. And a strikeout in the 6th. Stepping out was Conacher. So we'll do it again here with a 2-2 count. Conacher was the victim of the second out in that 6th inning. Try to get Nolan Lotzer some momentum. This one fouled back. We'll do another 2-2 count. 2-2 pitch, I should say. Again, Kaukauna finishes up their regular season Thursday with that game against New London, and Friday for the regular season finale at Manitowoc with a 7:30 start time. We'll be live on Zaleski Sports for the Thursday game. 2-2. Another one upstairs, ball 3. Full count here against Austin Conacher. Kaukauna desperately needs this second out here to keep this score where it's at. Full count pitch. Another one, same spot, and this one it gets Austin Conacher aboard and a run scored of Drew Magnuson. And the 4th walk of the inning for Noah Ziemba, who just can't find some momentum here in this one, this inning. And on once again is head coach Griffin Klein. Conacher now 1 for 5 on the day after that walk. Again, the single back in the 3rd. It'll be Jack Herman now in for Southwest. Going to try to tic-tac away, add some more on the Fox Valley Technical College scoreboard. See Griffin Klein talking to the home plate umpire about something here. I believe we're going to see Carson Gates. Yep. Did Gates come from anywhere? He third base he was currently at. Gates is the perfect man to take over. First team pitcher in the FBA last school year. He's thrown a first pitch strike to 42 of the 60 batters he's faced this summer season. He's going to need a few of those here with just one out in the inning. Now fresh count to what will likely be Jack Herman. Still the bases loaded and a 5-run deficit. It's going to try to keep the score where it is. He's got some speed on him with that length on the rubber that you see. Tough to see where you're at, but tall, big boy. First team all-conference for a reason. So we'll have to see if Noah Ziemba just will head on over to third base in replacement of Carson Gates. Let's see, who is that going over to third? I believe it is Ziemba. So Ziemba will take over at third base for Carson Gates, and now Carson Gates will take over for Noah Ziemba. The third switch on the mound for the Angels today after they've given up 9 runs and a handful of hits to this Southwest team as of late. This game was within manageable for a majority of this game, and it's gotten very out of hand. As here's a dribbler to the shortstop. Hippus fields it, sends it to the first baseman Mums for the second out, meanwhile scoring another run for Southwest as Jack Herman does his job, and it scores number 63, Nick Fisher, for the 10th run for Green Bay Southwest as they lead by 6. Herman out via the fielder's choice. So now Miles Hunter will step in. He had that nice play to catch one of the runners back in the inning stealing that caused that altercation within somebody in the dugout. Jeremy and I still don't really know, but it's been great behind the dish on the defensive end as well as the offense. Back-to-back balls to start his at-bat with now 2 outs in the inning. Bases still loaded and a 10-4 score. That one sneaks by Carson Gates. Two to Hunter. This one's sent foul to the right side over the Kaukauna spectators' heads for strike 1. Let's see if we got any action on the YouTube. Nothing on the stream chat. 7 concurrent viewers, 112 views as Gates' pitch in there for strike 2. Evens up the count. Looking to end the inning. 2-2 from Gates. So a high pop-up that looks to be going out of play. Once again over the Angels spectators' heads. And we'll do another 2-2 pitch coming up. Carson Gates looking to end the damage. Here's the pitch. This one sent another one out of play. Good battle here between Miles Hunter and Carson Gates. With 2s all across the board. Gates takes a moment to adjust himself on the mound. Steps back on. And another 2-2 pitch on the way from Gates. This one outside, but caught the zone for strike number 3 to end the inning. And the damage finally done for the Green Bay Southwest Legion baseball team. They lead 10-4. Last chance opportunity for the Angels, and they've got some work to do. Down 6 on the Fox Valley Technical College scoreboard. And to start it off for the Angels, it'll be Dylan Lotzer when we come back. You're listening to and watching Zaleski Sports, powered by Bear Performance Marketing.
Cobuson Bus is hiring its drivers that they need. Cobuson Bus is hiring, it's the perfect job for me.
Cobuson Buses would like to thank all of our school bus drivers throughout the state of Wisconsin for their safe driving. If you would like to make a difference in your community with a fun and rewarding part-time job, apply at Cobuson.com.
Cobuson Bus is hiring, it's the perfect job for me.
This summer, the whole family is invited to Marshfield's home base for fun. Woodfield Inn & Suites, where great rooms come with great rates. Splash around in the indoor pool. Mom and Dad unwind in the hot tub. Let your kids take over the arcade. Book your family getaway at Woodfield Inn & Suites. The 2026 American Legion State Baseball Tournament is in Marshfield. Make Woodfield Inn & Suites your home base.
Last chance opportunity for the Kaukauna Angels as we welcome you back. Second to last time before our post-game show. If this thing isn't sent to extras, but Kaukana's going to have some work to do. They got their work cut out from a 10-4 lead and a 6-run deficit as we enter the bottom of the 7th. I'm Miles Detroit, joined by Jeremy Hendricks here on a Monday night to start the final week of the American Legion baseball regular season. It was Green Bay Southwest, as of late, who just really took this thing into their own hands. So they lead 6 runs, and on the mound, replacing Drew Magnuson, going to try to close this thing out is Nick Fisher from third base, and Magnuson will move over to his right. First pitch of the inning to Dylan Lotzer. Missing 4, ball 1, and the inning is underway. Second pitch from Fisher. Fastball right down the middle for strike 1. It's going to have to start with the top of the order here. It's your 3-hole hitter of Dylan Lotzer. You got to get him going as well as Gates and Ziemba. If you want to try to make an attempt at this thing, as this one's fouled off for strike 2. Quickly, Fisher and Southwest looking for out number 1. One, 2. This one well outside. He had one to waste. Evens up at 2-2. Appreciate you tuning along all throughout the night. And through the majority of this one, it was only an hour into this. So we got a 2-2. Here's a high pop-up that'll stay in the infield. Working under it is the shortstop, DeRuin. And just barely making the play. The second baseman, Conacher, almost caught him off, but making the play for the first out is Max DeRuin. Good first out for the Southwest defense, sending Dylan Lotzer back to the dugout. Now the Angels down to their final 2 outs. Carson Gates will step in for the Angels. First pitch from Fisher. This one a high pop up in a shallow right field. Chasing to it, backtracking is Austin Conacher for out number 2. Now the Angels down to their final out, trailing by 6. This one looking to be over. Noah Ziemba going to try to keep this thing on its legs for the Angels. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Again, the Angels down to their final out here in the bottom of the 7th. Ziemba 1 for 3 on the day, including a single to start the 6th. To try to get those 7 runs that Southwest scored in the top of the 6th back in that bottom of the 6th. 1-1. This one out and low for ball 2. 2-1 count. Angels down to their final 2 strikes. 2-1 from Fisher. This one just upstairs. Good call from the home plate umpire. Miles Hunter tried to steal a strike. 3-1. Here's the pitch from Fisher. This one in there, swinging strike number 2. And the Angels down to their final strike here on a Monday night. It's Nick Fisher v. Noah Ziemba. Pitch on the way. Just upstairs for ball 4. Ziemba's looking back to see if the home plate umpire punched him out, but he's aboard first with a 2-out walk. And we'll keep this very slim heart alive for the Kaukauna Angels. Now we'll bring in Calvin Mums. First pitch from Fisher. Well inside, nearly caught Mums. But it's ball 1. 10-4 our score on the Fox Valley Technical College scoreboard that I drove by on my way to get here in Chilton. This one right down the middle, 4-2. Mums was stepping out a little too early. Angels are down to their final 2 strikes again here. 1-1, 2 outs, 1 aboard for the Angels. Pitch from Fisher. Right down the middle again for strike 2. And Mums not deciding to hack on any of this, but maybe saving it for this last pitch. Down to their final strike yet again. Fisher sets, 1-2. Here's the pitch. Just one above the zone for ball 2. So we'll do it again. Nick Fisher, an even 2-2 count with 2 outs, looking to end it. Fisher's pitch, 2-2. Another one that missed. For ball 3, so a full count here. So we slowly get to the finish line. Angels still trail by 6 with 1 aboard, 2 outs. Full count on the way from Fisher. This one swinging, strike number 3. Fisher ends the night with another punch out and a double-digit strikeouts as a team. And a defensive dominant performance for Green Bay Southwest as they take it 10-4 here on the Fox Valley Technical College scoreboard. And Green Bay Southwest moves to 6 wins on the season, improving their record to 6-7, and the Angels drop to 7-5 as we get closer to the end of the regular season. Coming up next is the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or NasonvilleDairy.com. 10-4 our final score. We'll send you to the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Come back, share a few thoughts, and get you on your way here on a Monday night. You are listening to and watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports, powered by our amazing game day sponsors, Travel Leaders Discovery, Amplitel Technologies, Bear Performance Marketing, and Pagoni's Pizza.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fury, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cefalotiri, Kefla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Welcome back to After the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Green Bay Southwest taking down the Kaukauna Angels 10-4 here on a Monday night. And Green Bay Southwest moves to 6-7 overall in the season. Meanwhile, the Angels drop to 7-5 on the year. Tonight, the defense was the showcase, especially for Green Bay Southwest. And it was a close game throughout the majority of this game. And altogether through Drew Magnuson's sensational start on the mound, picking up the W on the mound, improving already. Magnuson's ERA of 2.12 through 29.2 innings pitched entering today. He gave up 5 hits only and 9 strikeouts through 4 runs total through Fisher and Magnuson's efforts. On the other hand, the losing pitcher, Mason Hildebrand, held a strong outing for until the 5th inning where he got taken by Nolan Lotzer. And Hildebrand gave up 5 hits, 3 strikeouts, and the Angels end up losing here tonight 10-4. Perfect opportunity to bounce back for them on Thursday. They get a chance to get some revenge on the New London Clippers, who they fell to back before the 4th of July holiday break, 9-0 on a Wednesday night at their place. They get them here at Bay Oregon Field to close the season. And then Green Bay Southwest, their final games look like tomorrow night they'll take on Neenah with a 5:30 start time at Neenah's place, and will travel to Manitowoc on Thursday to close out their year to try to get above 500 with the win tonight. But this has been a presentation of American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Miles Detroit signing out. We'll see you right back here on Thursday night.